Hi painters, this is Deborah. I'm here to talk to you about my tutorial that we're doing for the Easter Bunny paint kit. And you'll find this kit on paperpalletstudio.com. And then we got to do our bow tie. A little water mixed with that because it was on my brush, but that's okay. The ear is pretty well dry. And I am just hitting the outline of the ear. Now around the nose area. Picked up a little dark, but that's okay. Because right around the muzzle of this rabbit, it does get a little bit darker, and we want to show that. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch brushes because I would like to put in I'm switching again to the round number 3, and I'm going with the pink, baby pink. And I'm going to put some pink down right where I would like the inside of his ear to be and show up against this white. Just like this. Okay, on the other side. And this is kind of a leaf, a giant leaf, if you will. So just doing the center of it. Making a point at the top. And sort of flat. Go back over and cover this section again. We want to kind of make them uniform on both sides, so even it out. All right, and now I'm going to take the same baby pink and go over his nose, corner to corner. It's a triangle. And you might want to darken that up with a little bit of the royal fuchsia. Okay. All right. And at this point, we're going to wait for the ears to dry. I'm going to dab some royal fuchsia up there just to give it on one side only. Okay, you choose the side but make it the same side on both ears. So I'm doing the right side. And if you do this well, your ear is still wet, the pink part. That's good because it blends in nicer. It's a carrier for your darker pink. And it'll just go all the way to the top, really smooth and nicely, like such. Okay. Now that we're getting very close to Easter, this little bunny is the cutest thing once he's all done. Okay, and we're giving that the opportunity to dry, cleaning off our brush. We're going to go in and do the eyes. The eyes are dark. I've done them in black in the past, but you can mix a little bit of that Winsor blue and just go right into your eye area. We're going to put a focus in there. In other words, we're going to let the eye dry completely. And we're going to do a center so that it looks like he has something he's looking at. All right, we gotta let this dry. Now we're going to do his mouth, and his mouth is done with a very fine liner brush, which I have right here. Okay, we're going to take, once again, some of that black. And you're going to follow the line that we put in for him earlier with our Sharpie. Okay. And we're also going to need to put in some whiskers. The whiskers, this has to be dry in this area. I think we're going to also put some blush on him, if you will. We're going to do somewhat of a rosy pink cheek here. Okay. Now I'm hitting it with the fuchsia just because I think it should have a little more color than just that soft baby pink. And we'll go round and round on that. Okay, a little more. A little. There we go. A little heavier on this. Yeah. There. And round it out here. There we go. And I'll dab some more on his nose. Okay. All right. And I see my eyes are dry. So we're going to go back to our very thin, fine liner. We'll go to that liner brush. And we're going to take a hint, a very small amount of white. And we're going to go right. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. That's like two parentheses. They're both going the same way. Okay. Now we're going to go in for the whiskers. The whiskers, I don't think I want them black, but I do want them gray, and maybe just a dark gray. All right. So mix your gray on the palette. You got black, you got white. Get it flowing just enough. We don't want to screech because then our whisker won't. All right, I think this is, so mix yourself a good amount because you're going to need to make 6, 3 on each side at least, or 4 on each side. And you need to come back with the same color. Okay, so let me get a tad of water here. And it's okay, your water's already muddy, so this is fine. All right, so I'm going to start from, let's see, from just above the smile area. Just above the smile area. Okay. Okay. So let me see. I have maps here. Oh. All right, I gotta show you something. Let me fix something. Okay, I don't like the way this one whisker turned out. I'm using a baby wipe. These are the baby wipes. This will take off like so, that whisker, but only a baby wipe will do it. And it also needs to still be wet, cannot be dry, will not take off dry paint. So now, let's see, we have to dry this because I need to put that whisker in. All right, we're gonna let that dry. Remember, a baby wipe is your friend. It will save you. We'll work on his bow tie. While this section is drying, I could get my last whisker in there. So his bow tie is going to be something that's going to have perhaps polka dots or stripes, whatever you'd like. I'm going to grab this blue Harbor. It's kind of like a periwinkle. I will use this fine liner brush, and I'm going to go right on top of the black, right where we were. I'm doing my outline. He has a square knot. All right. And there we go. Okay. I'm going to mix a little bit of this Winsor in there because I want it darker. Wait a minute. I'm going to use white as well. Maybe we want it lighter. And then this way we can get... Okay, that looks just like our background, so we're not going to go with that. Let's just fill it in. We've got it all filled in on one side. And I can see where and this too is going to need to dry because we're going to add polka dots and we don't want the polka dots to blend in. We want them round. All right, let's get some color in here. A little black. going to do the pleats in that bow tie, or the dark creases. They'll be done. See, if you leave it, if you let it dry, okay. All right, now I'm going to use a little bit of this Winsor once again, and I'm going over the outline of it, just because this will give it some definition. We like that when we're painting with a white surface. Okay. All right, so there we have this. And now we're going to fix our bunny whisker. All right, and it has to be gray, remember. Cleaning off the blue. Here's my gray. And I cleaned up where I had that first whisker. And I see where I have my second one, and that's right where I'm going to do. There. Okay. Let's fill this in just a bit. Now, we've attended to all the areas that made our bunny happen. But what we need to do now is maybe go back over, fill in some flowers. You don't need to do any more greenery. Personally, the way my greenery turned out, I like it. I'm not going to add any more. But I do think I would like to add more color so that now that this is all dry, the color that I'm going to put on top with my round is going to stand out. And you can mix it with white. It'll give you some kind of streak. And that's the type of color that you want. To stand out. And then, because this won't blend in, this is already dry. So you're going to want to keep this flat for a little while. We want our flowers to kind of look 3D in a way. And let's see, here's some blue. We can use just get very much purple in this whole view at all. So I'm taking Blue Harbor and Royal Fuchsia, and I'm mixing the two together to give a purple in, you can add some of this. That'll give you more of the dark purple. Let's throw some light in there. There we go. Here it is. Now, because purple's not too prominent on this whole page, you don't want to hit it with, you know, large amounts of it. You just want to give it a tie-in of color. I guess that's really what you want to do with it. You want to tie the color in by putting it in certain spots. Now I'm going to go back with my light pink and see where else I can add. And here's some white. Okay, let's go back up here and here. And it's just, again, it's dabbing the color in, putting it in pretty heavy so that you get a type of two-tone variation, which gives you that when you use two colors. I hope that everyone enjoyed painting with me today. I certainly enjoyed doing this. This is going to celebrate our Easter. I hope everybody stays safe. And we're going to put the orange in. Then I will go in and put the lighter pink. Where did that go? The pink looks good there. Try to make each one of your flowers with a center of some color. And then this way, each one of your flowers are going to have a center to them, and then they're going to look completed. They're going to look fully bloomed, if you will. fully bloomed flower, and I'm going over my purple now, and I'm using like an orange color to sort of soften it a little bit. And I guess typically what you do to one side, you're definitely going to do the other side. And the reason for that is to keep the balance. If you've got one color on your brush and you're putting it up here, you want to bring it here and you want to bring it there. Just so that you can keep your painting balanced. And it looks like we pretty much covered all of it. I think once this dries, this is going to look very florally. I'm cleaning my brush off, and now I can see that my darker lines are really showing up. So I'm going to try to, but that's okay too. It doesn't matter if he has this rim around him. You could actually outline him if you want. You can leave it like over here. I'm going to just leave it. But over here, I would like to cover it. Okay, and what do you think we should put in for the polka dots? Something that's going to show up. Let's go with, I'm going to use, we want to use a little bit of sparkly on his ears. Okay. Let's go. Oh, we'll go with the yellow, even though navy sounds good, but we've got a lot of blue going on. So here's our lemon yellow. We're just going to do little round circles of lemon yellow. Right on top of his bow tie. Sort of staggering them. I'm not really doing straight line. Trying to mimic maybe what fabric would be like. There we go. All right. Got our yellow polka dots in. And now we're going to give him a touch of sparkle because the Easter Bunny always, hi sweetheart, how are you? The Easter Bunny always, no, you sit there and eat. And I'm letting it go right on top of that two-tone pink area that I had. That's right where I would like it.
I want to say thank you to everybody who came out to watch this. Please like and subscribe below if you like this video and you want to see more like this. And please go to paperpalettestudio.com so you can order your Spring Bunny paint kit in time for the holiday. Thank you, and I cannot wait to see what you've created.